Hey there, Danielle Matthews here. I'm coming to you live from Florida. It is Monday, which means it's book club day, and we are in the midst of reading Wisdom Untethered, which has been a fantastic book. I absolutely love it. I think you could just spend a lifetime contemplating these things. The way Mickey Singer has written this book is it's all question and then answer. And each chapter is kind of chunked into a topic that people are asking questions about. So topics have been about the mind, the ego, emotions, and this one is about witness consciousness. So we started talking about it last week. If you caught last week, great. If you did not, that's okay. These all stand alone. Okay, so each conversation that we're going to be having on here on Book Club, you could watch it as a standalone. If you want to join us live every week, we do this at noon on Mondays. If you want to catch the replay, it is up here. I know that social media like sites, Facebook, Instagram, they have been pulling live videos after 30 days. So you can also find this on my YouTube channel. Enlightened Minds Book Club. They're all up there. So, hey Charlotte, I was just going to say, if you get here, let me know that you're here. It's wonderful to have conversations with you as we move through book club. I just want to, as we start this one, tell you the questions that we're going to be talking through. Okay, so the first question is, I've been working on watching my thoughts, and it's working to some extent, but the more I watch them, the more I feel caught in them. How do I break free of this cycle? So the concept that we've been talking about, witness consciousness, is the concept of being able to step away from, to disidentify from all the thought patterns and commentary of the mind. Hey, Tina. And to be able to find the place that's just witnessing beyond it. It's like being the sky and allowing the weather to move through, okay? Next question is, my mind reminds me that I'm supposed to be watching the mind. Isn't that just the mind too? Right? So trying to figure out what is my mind and what is not my mind. How do I know if I've actually accessed witness consciousness? What part of me is speaking when I'm in conversation with someone? How do I know if my words are coming from a place of genuine presence as opposed to conditioned responses? Am I really being present with someone? Am I in the seat of witness consciousness as I'm interacting, or am I just in all the chaos of my mind? What's the difference between using a mantra and practicing witness consciousness to release blocks? And then the very last one, I carry a deep blockage that has significantly impacted my life. I'm doing better about sometimes, but sometimes I lose it. If I try to sit and witness, I actually feel more tension and more discomfort. How do I release such a deep scars? So sometimes things come up and they're really intense. Has anyone felt that? Where you're like, I'm trying to witness this, but by goodness, it feels like I'm going to be pulled through and pulled by this thing. You know, it's like there's rage or anger or sadness or whatever it might be. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I think the first two questions are kind of similar, and the last one's pretty meaty. And then the next chapter gets into some scars, which are these deep-seated tensions. So this will be pretty good. Tina's like, yeah, I'm there. Yeah, you know it. And once you start trying to access witness consciousness, you see yourself, and you see yourself get pulled away, and you see yourself being able to sit with it. And then sometimes it's like, well, it's really uncomfortable to sit with it, so I don't really want to do that. So we're going to talk about that today. All right. I've been working on watching my thoughts, and it is working to some extent, but the more I watch them, the more I feel caught in them. How do I break free of the cycle? So it's like I'm watching the thought patterns come up, but the more that I'm watching them, the more that I'm noticing them. And isn't me noticing them, giving them energy, giving them attention, giving them what I shouldn't be. So he says, thanks for sharing your experience. The difference between watching the mind and true witness consciousness is like the difference between watching and seeing. You know, if you just right now in your room, wherever you are, just look at the wall in front of you. I'm just seeing my wall. I'm not intensely watching, right? These crystals and different things that I have on my wall. I'm just they're just there. Totally neutral, but I'm seeing it. Or guys, look behind me. See my plants. See the pictures on the wall. See the fan. Right? You're seeing versus watching. And this is what he's going to call the distinction between. He says watching is willful. And it is a willful act that you're doing inside your intellectual mind. All right, so this is not the personal mind. It's the intellectual mind that's watching your personal mind. There's layers to this. He says there's nothing wrong with this. In fact, it keeps the focus of consciousness from dropping into the personal mind, from you just becoming the chitter chatter. It's helpful to be able to watch it. He says, for example, imagine the personal mind is complaining about something. Instead of getting involved in the complaining process, you apply your will, you relax, you step back, and you simply watch the process without getting lost in the complaints. Without getting lost in the, well, it should be this way, could be this way, ought to have been that way, all that stuff. He's saying, if you're watching your mind, you're watching the mind do those things, but it's willful. It's a willful act. True witness consciousness, he says, is simply seeing. It's deeper. Can you glance at the wall, right? And look at the furniture, look at the decorations, instantly just see it. Look at what's behind me, just look, you're seeing it. He says that's a form of witness consciousness. You don't think about it. You're not doing anything about it. You're just seeing it for what it is. It's just plants. There's just plants back there. Okay? He says, when you can just see what's going on inside of you with the same effortless ease, then you're in the state of witness consciousness. There's no more watching. It's just effortless seeing. It's like, oh, there's plants there. Oh, there's that like upset, voice talking there. Neutral. Just as neutrally as you're looking at my backdrop. Okay? It's how you can just as neutrally see what's coming through the mind. He says, how do you get to the freedom of true witness consciousness? Instead of struggling to stay out of the mind and relax and release, and to pull the mind out of the seat, into the seat of awareness, by relaxing very deeply, you're detaching your center of self from the struggle of staying behind the mind. You are, in essence, saying you care so little about what the mind is doing that you can just relax behind it without interacting with it. If you truly let go during this deep relaxation back into the seat of self, you will begin to feel freedom, peace, and spiritual energy. Don't expect it. Just let go of your struggle to control the mind. In essence, don't try to win the tug of war. Just let go. So rather than this constant, no, pay attention to it, don't get engaged with it, but just see it, it's like, just stop. You just let go of the rope. You see that the rope is there and that there's a struggle in the mind, but you let go. For those of you that have worked with me privately, we've done Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra takes you to this place. It takes you to witness consciousness. And I have so many students that, there's some dilemma that they're coming to me for. I can't sleep because of this or that or the other thing, or I'm upset about this, or I'm grieving about whatever. And so we do a Yoga Nidra. And at the end of the Yoga Nidra, they feel better. They're able to see the situation and they're not engaged with their emotions as intensely. What happened? It was a change in perspective. Yoga Nidra brings you to witness consciousness. It slowly pulls you out of the mind, even the mind that's watching the mind, and it brings you into the witnessing space where you're just the container. You're like the sky, and whatever's moving through is moving through, but there's no emotional engagement with it. It's just there. And so nothing in the external world has changed, but everything has changed because your internal world has changed, because you've been able to get to that. So put a 1 in the chat if you've experienced that. You've been able to do either a Yoga Nidra, or maybe you have breath work or some other way that you get yourself into witness consciousness. And you're like, yeah, I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to go there. I've been able to get myself there, and all of a sudden, everything changes, even though nothing external changed, only my internal world changed. That's what it's about. That's what we're going for. Yeah, Tina's like, yeah, been there. Wonderful. If you've not been there and you need to go there and you would like to go there, reach out to me because Yoga Nidra, to me, in all of my years, it is like a lightning bolt straight to it, takes you there the first time, every time for everybody. It is so powerful and so simple. You just do it laying down and you listen. All right. My mind reminds me that I'm supposed to be watching the mind. Isn't that the mind too? Okay, so how many of you are like, I'm watching my mind, and so I'm still watching my mind, and now I'm watching myself watch my mind, and I'm thinking about my thoughts. All right, is that witness consciousness? No, it is not. But what is it? He says, as you become more centered in the seat of witness consciousness, you will find that there are subtle layers of the mind. The mind's not really the enemy, but we tend to completely get lost in its noisy, like the personal mind, right? We get very lost in it, which causes a lot of suffering. As you've noticed, the noisy personal mind that causes all this suffering, he says, as you have noticed, the mind can also help by reminding you to go deeper. It can and does voice wisdom, right? As such, remember to go back to the seat of consciousness is very helpful. And when you experience that, it's helpful, right? You also might hear your mind say, oh no, I've been following my thoughts again. It's time to step back into my seat of consciousness. That's the mind telling the mind to drop the mind, okay? He says, you're aware that this wise mind is talking and are still separate from it. Witness consciousness is the thing that's watching and holding the space for all of this. Bob says, I get there when working in my garden. I love it, Bob. Yeah, that's a great place. Me too. I've got quite a garden going outside now. And it's just like, so, because you're so present. What happens is that if you can be fully present, you get to the witnessing space. He says, the witness does not talk or even willfully listen. It simply is effortlessly aware. Look at my backdrop. You're effortlessly aware of what is happening in my background, of all the plants that are there, the fan above my head, everything. You're effortlessly aware. It's taking no energy. It's just there. That is a form of witness consciousness that you can have throughout every moment of your life. He says those wise thoughts that feel deeper than the others are still thoughts. They are to be honored, but they are not you. In meditation, it's not necessary to stop the chatter of the mind. Meditation is about sitting behind the mind and letting it come and go, letting it be noisy, quiet, wise, or crazy. When you're gardening, I'm sure thoughts come up and they go. Emotions arise and you let go, right? It's just about being there. Meditation, like some people think, oh, I can't meditate because my mind's too chatty. Yeah, that's the point. Meditation isn't like you're going to have a quiet mind. It's that you're sitting in the quiet behind the chatter of the mind. That's it. Then you're there. Okay? He says, when you can sit behind every voice of the mind and simply observe it non-reactively as the mind, then you are firmly seated in witness consciousness. Non-reactively, just like you're neutrally looking at my background. From that seat, over time, you come to know the nature of your being, which is pure love, far beyond even the wisest thoughts of your mind. When you access this, and I don't know if you've accessed it through gardening, Lou, if you've accessed it through the yen method, and I know Tina's accessed it through the Yoga Nidra with me. You experience and touch on something that it's like you don't have words. It is a blissful, quiet, you feel engulfed in love and comfort, and there's just everything is okay. And it's quiet and it's calm. And it's literally, you realize that's the thing that's surrounding me always. It's like the air in this room. I'm surrounded by it, but I don't even notice it. It's always there. All right. So, has anyone ever wondered when you're in conversation, like right now, we're talking, when you're in conversation with somebody, which part of your mind is speaking? Which part of you is speaking? And how do I know if my words are coming from a genuine place of presence as opposed to my conditioned responses? This is an interesting question. I was intrigued to see what Mickey would say about that. He says, I can offer some pointers that will help you see what's going on. First, before you start speaking to someone, take a moment to see what's going on in your own mind and heart. You might notice anxiety. Right? I know that, I don't particularly like public speaking. I don't particularly, reading in public. I don't know why. That's why part of why I do book club is to get me better at reading in public. Surprise, if you didn't know that. One of my reasons for doing it. My mom tells me, I don't remember this, but my mom tells me that in school, they taught me how to sight read. So I wasn't taught how to sound things out. They told me to just see a word and know what the word was. And that really messed up my development with being able to read. I had to do hooked on phonics. I had to do all these things to learn how to read proper. And so reading out loud has never been easy for me, which is part of the reason why I do it. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. But it does bring, right, some level of anxiety up inside of me that I'm going to have to read something. Not so much anymore. That's why I do book club and other things, because I practice with it. But anyway, his point is that notice what's coming up inside of your heart and mind when you're in an interaction with someone. He says, I would ask you to notice what thoughts are being created in the face of your anxiety. Don't try to do anything about it. Just notice your feelings and the resulting thoughts. Since you are conscious, you are an aware being. It does not take any effort to see your thoughts and emotions. Look at my backdrop. Took no effort, right? It's there. Everything behind you, inside of you is there. You're seeing it, whether you realize it or not. They're right there in front of you. You cannot miss your thoughts and emotions, and they're very powerful and they're very prominent. The one who is noticing the thoughts and emotions is the essence of your being. Thoughts and emotions can change, but it is still you there noticing the changes, noticing what's coming in and what's leaving. You are the witness. Now, once you have established yourself in this seat of objective awareness, you're ready to see what happens when you start speaking, right? So he's saying in every interaction, best you can before you get into it or as you're getting into it, notice what's going on inside of you. That's key. First is to notice what's happening inside of you, because that's going to help you realize if you are responding from presence or you're responding from this anxiety or whatever it might be. Okay? He says, almost without exception, you're going to see that your inner thoughts and emotions are going to guide what comes out of your mouth. If your thoughts and emotions are defensive, your words will be defensive. Just notice this. You get in an argument with someone, or you feel like somebody wronged you, and all of a sudden you're defensive, and you're like, they're going to take advantage of me. I need to say something. right? That's what you're feeling inside. And so what punch comes with your words? You could say the same words, but they're going to be felt defensively if that's what's coming from inside of you. Okay? These thoughts and emotions are just the reactive sum of your learned experiences. If a friend told you something positive or negative about someone yesterday, your thoughts and emotions about that person today will tend to reflect whatever thing was told to you yesterday, right? You actually speak based on these past emotional impressions. Your outer voice is expressing the reactions of your inner thoughts and emotions. It's amazing to realize this for yourself, but guys, oh my. Because once you realize this, you will never take anything personally again. Because someone's response to you, reaction to you, comments to you, they are revealing more about them and their internal state than they are about you. But the same is true for you, okay? So you have to understand it goes both ways. So we can see maybe that somebody goes off on us and we're like, this has nothing to do with us, but okay, right? But you can see they're reacting about something. They're angry about something else and they've lashed out at you. They might not realize it, right? Because it feels so ingrained in them, they feel like you're the cause of it. But this is what I want you to see in yourself, and then you can see it in other people. It's like, okay, me, myself, I am interacting and reacting to the world based on my own internal thoughts and emotions, not from a neutral place, okay? And once you realize that, then you can step back and you can go, okay, rather than being defensive, like I feel defensiveness coming up, I can let that be there and then move around it to the side of it and explain and express myself neutrally. Because don't we know, when people say things like when they're calm in arguments, it's much better. You can have a calm discussion. I think for whatever reason, society's gotten away from that. But we can disagree without getting nasty to one another or taking it so personally, right? So he says, what is your alternative to a purely personal discourse? If you work on yourself enough, you will be able to stay centered in the witness before, during, and after the conversation. It's possible. He says, you will be able to notice your thoughts and emotions as they arise and let these purely learned reactions pass through without influencing what you are saying. You don't suppress or deny the existence of these inner thoughts or emotions. You just let them pass by you like you do with the wind. It's not that they're not going to come. Emotions will always come. Reactions will always come. This thought of, oh my gosh, is this person using me? This thought of, oh my gosh, they're so rude to me. Whatever the thoughts are, they will come, but you're not going to be pulled by them. You're not going to be at the mercy of them. It's kind of like a dog that's going crazy on a leash and all of a sudden you say, no, sit, stay, right? Sit down. I'm in control of you. You listen to me, right? You sit here and I'm going to go take care of this thing that's in front of us. And rather than the mind trying to attack and take care of the thing. Does that make sense? All right. Does that make sense to you? Yes. Okay. If you take the moment to let go, when you can be standing, I want to say something about what Lou's saying. So Lou says there's actually no emotions experienced at this level of separation. So when you go into a meditative state and your drop dissolves into the ocean, yeah, you lose the sense of self. What we're talking about is having the sense of self, which you have to have in order to operate in your day-to-day basis. We all just can't sit in meditation all day long. So the question is, how do I stay in witness consciousness when I'm interacting in the life, when I'm dealing with my body that's not doing what it wants to do, or I'm dealing with somebody that's not doing what they're supposed to do, or whatever it is, emotions will inevitably come up. They always do. It is part of being human. And so the question is, how can I stay witness in this detached space where I'm not getting emotional, even though the emotions are there? And it's not a dissociation. It's not, people would call it a spiritual bypass. Oh, everything's fine. It's wonderful. No. Emotions need to be felt and are felt. We're not avoiding emotions. We're not never going to have emotions. They're coming. You need to learn how to let them be there, like the dog going nuts, and you say, sit, stay. And you let the dog be there. You let the emotion be there and run its course. All right? You'll be able to notice your thoughts and emotions as they arise and let these purely learned reactions pass through without influencing what you're saying. You don't suppress or deny the existence of these inner thoughts or emotions. You just let them pass by like the wind. All right? Super important. I read it again. It's like that's what it's about. You're going to be able to just be neutral while these things move through. If you take that moment to let go, then you can be standing face to face with the other person without all the inner noise governing what's going on. It's much easier to have a conversation when there's not all of this like chitter chatter in the brain and intensity in the brain, right? People feel that. You feel it from people. You're like, oh my God, your energy is like crazy. I can't even, you're saying words, but I'm feeling the emotion, you know? He says, now though, you can speak from your deeper heart, your deeper intellectual understanding. Your words will no longer be personal reactions. They will be real expressions of the deeper part of your being. These communications will not be based on trying to get something. They'll be based on real love, understanding, and compassion. You'll be communicating in order to serve others, not to serve yourself. That is key. Your personal mind is serving you. It's reacting based on your past experiences. It's wanting things in the external world to change, so it's okay in here. That's your personal mind. What we're getting to is a place where you're not serving your personal mind, but you're serving others. You're serving the person in front of you. That's what life is really about, service. All right. What's the difference between practicing a mantra and practicing witness consciousness? Basically, in this one, what he says is the key difference between practicing a mantra and witness consciousness is that with a mantra, you're giving your mind a positive place to rest. So a mantra is repetition. A lot of times, like they use Sanskrit words, but you can have English words, and they hold an energy. The mantra holds an energy, and it's like something that you can go to when you feel your mind going nuts. You go, whoop, it's like a touchstone, okay? It's giving your mind a positive place to rest, training it to hold on to something higher rather than getting lost in the disturbance. With witness consciousness, you go beyond the mind entirely. You sit at the seat of awareness, untouched by what the mind is doing. It's like the difference between trying to manage the waves on the surface of the ocean versus sinking deep beneath them, where everything is still. It's like, let's say you're drowning at the top of the ocean. There's waves coming. Those waves are your emotional reactions and all the stuff going on in your own mind. A mantra is like finding, let's call it like a little island or a little like life raft that you can touch that helps to calm and steady you in the midst of the choppiness, right? It's like your touchstone. You're like, there is calmness here. Witness consciousness takes you to the bottom of the ocean where you can see everything that's churning away up there and all the intensity of the waves, but you're not getting beat up by it. You're observing it. Not from a place of like dissociation, but from a disidentification with it. This is very key. We're not talking about bypassing the emotions or ignoring them. We're talking about sitting with them and observing them without being overcome by them. That's the difference. He says both are valuable and either can help you let go of blockages. What matters most is your intention. If your goal is to release and rise above the noise inside, then whatever practice you do with sincerity will serve you. Whether you use mantra to redirect your mind or witness consciousness to transcend it, you are taking steps toward freedom. True freedom comes from inside. The fact is, they both lead to the same place. If you do mantra properly, over time it will take you far beyond awareness of mind, just as witness consciousness does. And ultimately, what's important is that you're doing something to lift yourself beyond the disturbances, rather than trying to manipulate or control the outside world to feel okay. That would be like saying, I'm going to control the waves. I'm going to make sure I'm going to build this barrier so no waves can get in here, blah, blah, blah. Like just the crazy stuff that your mind is doing right now doesn't work. Or if you build a boundary where, nothing can come in, well, you're also now, you're not interacting with anybody. So what kind of life is that? Right? Why not learn to live with the waves on the ocean? They're always going to be there. Okay? You can go beneath them. All right. Oh, what are you doing, Bodhi? Oh, Bodhi is digging by my feet. You can't see him. Anyway, lay down, baby. He says, let go, turn inward, and allow the process to unfold. All right, we've got a few minutes left, and we're on the 9th one. So the last part of witness consciousness here. This is great, and this kind of sets the seed for where we go next with, it's called Starting the Journey, Samskaras. So let's dive into this one, and then we'll be done for the day. I carry a deep blockage that has significantly impacted my life. I want you guys to think about something in your life that has significantly impacted you. Maybe it was the death of a loved one. Maybe it was the loss of your health or a job or somebody that said something to you that was really mean, or a relationship that broke up, or the way that you were treated by your family, whatever it was. Okay, pretend this question pertains to that thing. Remember I told you these questions, either you have wanted to ask or didn't even know you needed to ask. So here's the question. I carry a deep blockage that significantly impacted my life. I'm doing better, but sometimes I lose it. If I try to sit in the witness, I actually feel more tension and discomfort. How do I release such a deep samskara? Maybe, like, there's deep ones. Usually people have them around fear of abandonment. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I'm not lovable. These types of things are common themes that I see. Okay? So this person is asking and saying, look, I know that I have this thing, and it comes up often, and when it comes up, it's like incredibly uncomfortable to sit with. It's like I'm trying to be at the bottom of the ocean, but like the waves are so intense, I still feel like I'm kind of drowning, and like, will the intensity ever stop? That's the question. He says, thanks for your sincere question. The discomfort you are feeling when you witness your inner state is because you are still doing it instead of just being. There's effort. Okay? He says, witness consciousness is not the willful act of looking at or focusing on your thoughts or emotions. It's simply the act of seeing them. Look behind me. See the plants. In the same way, you'll be able to see whatever the thing is that's in you. I'm not lovable. I'm not good enough. Whatever it is. There is no tension or struggle involved when you see versus forcing yourself to sit through it and watch. He says, obviously, you know that you have thoughts and emotions. Well, how do you know? They are there and you notice them. If they tend to distract you and pull you in, and you have to pull yourself out to see them objectively, that is an act of will and can create tension. You don't have to first focus on a thought, hold it, and then try to let it go. You can just let it go without touching it. It's not like, okay, let me name this thing. This is what this thing is, and now I'm going to just watch it. It's like, something's there. There's plants, right? Oh, there's a disturbance. Let me drop beneath it. Right? Because at some point you will realize it's not worth it. Getting pulled into whatever you're getting pulled into is just going to make you feel sick and low energy and uncomfortable and whatever. And it's like, it's not worth it. You will eventually decide that it's not worth it. And he says, you can drop it without touching it. That's witness consciousness. Practice relaxing when there's nothing pulling you in. Do it right now. Practice just seeing my backdrop. Just see it. Nothing to do. Just look. It's not hard to be in witness consciousness. All right? He says, then notice when your awareness starts to get pulled toward a distraction. The instant you feel that pull, continue relaxing. Don't do anything except relax. Just release the tendency to get pulled. Don't struggle. Just relax. It's like when I'm trying to teach somebody how to float. I used to teach swimming. I would tell the kids, stop trying. If you really want to float, it's about being, not doing. You can't do yourself into floating. The more you struggle to make yourself float, the more you're going to drown. Just stop, release, let go, relax. Your body knows how to do it. You'll be buoyant. It's the same thing here. Stop trying. He says, just release the tendency to get pulled in. This is the real letting go. You don't grab the distracting object and then let it go. You simply relax and let go as the primary act. It's not grab, look, relax. It's just relax. Okay? Eventually, you'll experience all of this as a very subtle energetic shift in your energy flow. Energy was flowing up. Now it's being pulled in a different direction. Relax and let go, and it will continue to flow up. Do this regularly, and the subtle energy shifts through your mind and heart will become more pronounced. The more you practice letting go of the pull, the more witness consciousness will become your natural, effortless state. There's a million things to get pulled by and distracted by, and to have emotions around, to have thoughts around, and preferences around. Stay neutral. Look at my backdrop. You can look at all of life's interactions and with people and situations in the same way that you're looking at the backdrop, right? It's just there. You are a peaceful center watching it. He says, in the meantime, just know you're doing fine. When you get pulled in, some blocked energy that's been suppressed gets to release by expressing itself. You feel better temporarily. Just say thank you, pick yourself up, and deal with whatever comes next. All right? So that was chapter 4, guys. We're going to be moving on, starting the journey. And this is all about samskaras, which is like one of my favorite topics. So I'm excited to see what he has to say about it. Oh, there's my bookmark. And we will talk next Monday. So if you are ever unable to make it, this is up live on my Facebook and Instagram for about a month. And then it's just always up on the YouTube channel. So you can check it out on the YouTube channel if you want to come back to anything or revisit any conversation. And it's so wonderful to kick off the week with you guys. I absolutely loved it. And I'll talk to you guys next week. See ya.